We have a couple of very skilled boiler engineers, which has been hired for that specific application, which are actually working for us, helping us on developing further the technology, the cleaning systems, etc., specifically for the boilers.
Hello and welcome to another Cement Alliance talk. My name is Matthias Hacker and today with me we have Feliciano Spina from CTP.
Hi everybody, I'm Feliciano Spina, Global Sales Director of CTP Team. I'm joining the company since 7 months now, January 2024. I started this new adventure and I'm happy to be here and discuss with you and explain you what we are doing so far.
Yeah, that sounds very great. Thank you for having us here in your office in Bergamo. We have great weather outside. We're in Italy, so you can never go wrong. But let's dive into the cement industry. Let's dive into what you guys are doing. So what is CTP? What kind of things are you doing here?
CTP has been known since 1970 as an engineering company which was developing environmental protection systems, APC let's say, and in the most recent time, since 5 to 6 years now, we are working on WHR, which means waste heat recovery system, mostly on the cement industry, but we have been done already also in chemical and glass industries also. Actually, we are much more focused in the cement industry and we have a lot of ongoing projects in this moment. We will go further down on this discussion later on. And then let me tell you, the company is growing fast. We have a lot of challenges. In the meantime, we are growing. And so, for instance, speaking about where we are now, this office, it became too small for us. So we bought another location nearby here in order to be able to have room enough to host all the people, all the workers. We have bought also a fabrication workshop for bags, for instance, which we are actually doing ourselves instead of buying from the market, from the majors, let's say. And this is to stay out from the dynamics they are using on pricing and warranties. We do ourselves, and this is giving us a very interesting technological advantages, but also commercial.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So for those people who might not know about waste heat recovery systems, how would you explain them on a very basic level and why are they useful for the cement industry?
In the cement industry, you have the two streams. You have the kiln side and the cooler side. Both streams, they have heat associated with the gases on the kiln side and the waste coming from the clinker cooler side. And both of those, they have a lot of heat. What we are studying is to recover this heat and producing energy associated, either with organic ranking cycle, with diathermic oil, either with steam, depending on the process and application. Actually, the first ORC system applied in the cement industry by us was back in 2019, in operation 6 years now, but the real first one was back in 2012 in a chemical industry on the carbon capture system, which we were used and the energy we were using the energy to recover and to reactivate the carbons. And then further down the street, let's say in 2016, we have been done same type of system, including all the APC, which means DENOX system, DESOX system, plus APC, so environmental emission in a glass industry. Successful one. Unfortunately, this one is in Russia, so it's not that easy to visit in this period, but it works. We have contact with them. It works quite well. So we have that references as well. But since 2016-17, CTP has been developing WHR for the cement industry. Actually, we have 4 systems operating plus other 5, which is under construction. Plus, we are ongoing on, let's say, new contracts. We are working on new contracts. I will be involved in a couple of weeks in a large negotiation with client, which means between now and middle of the next year, we might have 9 plants operating with WHR. Where we are doing this? We have a workshop in Turkey, which is where we produce physically the boilers. We test the boilers there. And then all the engineering is done here in-house. All the process is done here in-house. We have a couple of very skilled boiler engineers, which has been hired for that specific application, which are actually working for us, helping us on developing further the technology, the cleaning systems, etc., specifically for the boilers. Those people are coming from the field, from the industry. One has skills in waste heat, which means, or waste to energy, let's say, so biomass and incineration. The other is coming from waste heat recovery system from, let's say, competition, let's put it this way. And therefore we have grounded with a very strong knowledge in this moment, plus the fact that we have all those plants in operation and all those plants under erection, we are learning. Every day we are learning something new. I mean,
The
we do
the
mistakes
industry.
every day,
Yeah.
and let me tell you this as it is. And then we learn from that, and fortunately all the plants we are operating are performing as expected, which is very important. In fact, in this moment, one of the action we are taking is checking those plants which are not performing properly done by others, and see if and how we can improve their operations, which is a specific division we have here, which is called OTP, which is optimization. It's very easy.
To understand, yeah.
It's a specific division we have here in the company, which is focused on after sales and optimizations. And we are having good success so far. We are implementing the team with a couple of new, let's say, service engineers, which are going around in order to stay in contact with the client, be more present and proactive. If you call us, we will be there. I mean, we are working on that. Actually, it's focus Europe, but I mean, as many of you know me, I have been spending a lot of time in North and South America, and then this is the next step, which is going to take place soon. Let's say in the next 6 months, most probably we will have a flag also there. We have a flag in this moment in Italy, obviously. We have a flag in Turkey, where we have the workshop, and CTN, which is our partner, sister company, and mother company, let's say, because the property of CTP is Turkish. And then we have flags in Thailand. We just place another flag in Australia. So where we are looking for different market than the conventional market, let's say, always focused on the WHR. So waste heat recovery we apply in the cement industry a lot, but we have seen that can be applied also in other field. And from other field we are importing some interesting idea, which I cannot disclose yet.
No, but hopefully you have some good news to share soon as well.
We are actually working on, in this moment, is a pilot project on where we are developing something for the cement industry, which is associated with the carbon capture systems. I cannot say more than this, but stay tuned because it will come in a few months.
Hopefully, we will get you next time when it's live to actually talk about it in another video. That would be great as well,
Yeah, because it's associated to different field of application, because the process related to the kiln, there is process related to the combustion with our colleagues and friends of the Cement Alliance. We are going to speak about that as well.
Okay, that's good.
There are association with, let's say, boiler fabrication, and then carbon capture system, and then activation of the carbon capture systems. It's quite wide, let's say, project. We just started 2 weeks ago. We have the first kickoff meeting yesterday morning with the partners, and so it's coming.
It's coming along.
I'm very excited because of it. In parallel of it, we are actually focusing on routing more the conventional market, let's say, where we have all the EPC, let's say, application. As I said, CTP is more than 50 years old company, and then we have a lot of references worldwide. We don't have enough in some country, which I want to, as you may imagine, always the case. And then we are going there, we are going to improve our presence of those countries, let's say. So that's more or less the picture.
Quite a history, quite the services, quite the product.
My history, you know me, and since few years has been always in cement industry, mining, environmental. So I just came back to environmental with a lot of things in my brain, a lot of ideas. Fortunately, let's say the shareholder of the company and the management, it's aligned. So we have a lot of good ideas coming up. So let's put it this way.
That's very nice. Here,
That's why we are pushing. We bought a new office, a new workshop. We have done this, let's say, last year, this action on taking over production of bags also, because waste heat recovery is important for us, but it's all, let's say, the system, because it's all connected to the environment, because waste heat recovery, it means reducing the carbon footprint. Waste heat recovery means also having availability of power for the carbon capture system, so again, reducing the carbon footprint. Beside of it, you have the APC, which means pollution control, but DENOX and DESOX and heavy minerals, heavy metals, all those are part of the portfolio, which are associated in this engineering group, and where we are really trying to do our best every day to improve
which is important because the industry is moving in that direction. We're trying to reduce carbon. We want to make sure that we're not polluting with any other hard chemicals. And I think what you guys are doing is truly, truly fascinating. And here at CTP as well, you guys are doing everything from just the general designs all the way to the construction. You're doing all the erections. You're doing basically everything. You're giving a complete solution, which I think is quite nice to hear. And particularly, you're going in the direction of helping the cement industry grow and become better, which is what we're always looking forward to hearing for these kind of companies here in the Cement Alliance talks. And also very interesting, you said the optimization part, so people who had old school waste heat recovery systems or similar type of equipment in that regard, you guys are optimizing it as well?
We are working on that as well, yes. We have a couple of partners which are on the, let's say, energy production itself, but this is never the problem. It's not the turbine the problem. The problem is most of the time is the boiler. So a wrong boiler design is resulting into a bad performance from the turbine because it doesn't have the heat supposed to have. And therefore we are looking on that because competitions are doing things, they are cheap, specifically, Far East competition is very cheap on those things. They have done hundreds of those plants, so they can say they have references, but most of those, they are not performing. But nobody is going to claim anything because they bought already. So what we are trying to do now, and we are starting to have this type of approach with some of those in Far East, let's say, in this moment, is exactly that. Going there, taking the information, try to understand and see if and how we can improve them, maybe adding a boiler bank or changing the cleaning system of the boilers, or this type of things. And this is for the WHR. But in parallel, we do the same on the EPC system. We just finished, here in front of us there is an incineration plant, you see, A2A, which is one of the major Italian energy providers. They had a bag house with some issues. We just finished the refurbishment, so we changed the cleaning system, we changed the valves, everything, and it's performing perfectly since 2 months now. So this is also, again, you have a problem in your bag house, we come here, we check, and then we try to find a solution common for you, improving the efficiency. So this is the other, let's say, core business we have with OTP, which is a specific, as I said, a specific division done for that. It's a specific team.
If you have a boiler or anything in the cement plant that you would like to optimize, particularly to waste recovery systems, then check out cementalliance.org. There you can definitely find the contact page and contact us, and we'll put you in touch with Feliciano or someone at CTP to make sure that you get that optimized. And yeah, that's also very interesting. So we basically covered everything that has to do with CTP, everything that you guys are doing, a few references as well that you mentioned there. Now let's talk about the cement industry as a whole. You are an environmental company, to say the least. So where do you see the cement industry going, or what do you want to see the cement industry showing in the near future or doing to improve?
The cement industry is going on finding a solution on cost reduction, which is typical. That has to be associated with environmental situation, which has to be associated with political decisions, because most of the time they do things when they are obliged to do things by the authorities. And this is one aspect. And this is typically on countries like in Middle East, in Far East, where if the authorities push you to do things, you do, otherwise you wait. In other more developed countries, it's a matter of the holding decision. I mean, you see the majors in cement industry, they are all working on zero emission by 2030, 2050, which is reflecting what political entities have been told since years, but big progress doesn't take place yet, let's say. What we see now, what I see personally in this 6 months I'm back in the industry, let's say, is that there is a lot of interest now, real interest. Many companies, many countries are more focused on this. They are finally, I hope, thinking that they have to do something real to improve the situation.
Okay,
and that's environmental. In parallel, they have to find, what they are looking for is a benefit. And what I was studying, I'm telling you, we are studying now is to give them this benefit.
Well, Feliciano, it was very nice to have you here at the Cement Alliance Talks, and hopefully we'll have sooner rather than later a new one with the new interesting things that you talked about today. Well, that's super nice to hear. I want to thank you all for listening to the Cement Alliance Talks. If you have any questions, visit theCementAlliance.org or visit the CTP website that you will find down below or somewhere around here. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the occasion to speak about all this story.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.